Hey guys, welcome to my Disney Dreamlight Valley tour. This was my first full valley build. One of the main goals I had when creating this was to put as many character houses in my valley as I could. I know some of them are always exiled to floating islands, but I really wanted to try to make a place for all of them. So here in the Plaza, I just took all the Christmas decorations down mostly. You'll see where I didn't. So the goal here was to make kind of a main street, and I put all of the larger buildings around. Tiana has her own corner over here where your house is originally when you start the game. We just got some outdoor seating.
Come on, let's break some records.
The fireflies go with Tiana, of course. All right, and then over here, straight ahead, we've got one of the premium shop house skins. That's the regular castle. If you didn't know, you could put both your house and your house skins out. Up above in the corner, you'll see Eve's ship up there. That's Forest of Valor. We'll see that later. So you got Remy's massive house for such a little mouse. Scrooge's store. Daisy's shop. And of course, Chez Remy. There's a little outdoor eating area that does still have my Christmas stuff out, but I got impatient. All right.
What do you say we open the door to something new?
Here in just a moment, just giving you a couple other views. I do like to look at my entrances from every angle. All right, so we're back in the middle and we're gonna head straight down into the peaceful meadow. I call this the Toon Township. Straight ahead, you've got Ariel's castle way off in the distance at Dazzle Beach, but we'll look at that later. It's just one of my favorite views as you come down. Again, I tried to put a lot of the buildings that were similar sized in this area. Goofy's is basically in the same spot it started, and that's kind of where we built it from. All right, so we'll head back to the beginning at Minnie's house, and we'll head down to the left if you were coming from
Hey there, how you doing? How about lending your
So
dragon
Donald's
friend a
boat
hand?
house, you can move to the ponds, in case you didn't know. There's Lucky and his little house that comes with him. Back in the corner, I've got Vanellope's gingerbread house. I know it's one of the more exiled houses. But I set up our little space over here. The car is her level 10 quest prize, I believe. I've got Tiana's house here because it fits with the sizing. There's my normal house base. Okay, so then over here we've got Wally's garden. It has already been harvested today. Over here in the corner, got a little picnic area and almost band music show. These are Alice's singing flowers. Guys, get the picnic setups. They're so cute. I have them almost everywhere. Mini Casitas over there in the corner. There's nothing mini about it. We all know that. Hi, Casita. Hola, Casita. Sorry to say it. Then over here we've got a farmer's market. You can put rugs underneath your wells. Another little fun decorating tip. All right, now we're gonna head right back to the beach entrance. So you can change the time of day settings, not, your actual clock, but so you can see the different graphic colorings. If you ever want to see what your lights look like, it's under your settings menu. It's an offset. So we've got our little Atlantica Surf Beach Club here. We've got got Stitch's house straight ahead, a little DJ floor, and then some other beach club necessities. Lifeguard stations, parasols, umbrellas and towels, beach lounges, pool. And then as we come around here, there's another little lounge area back here. All right, so then we're gonna cross the bridge into the other section of the beach, and I call this one Saltwind Keep. It's basically where I've got Prince Eric, the statue there. We're gonna go over to the dock to get a better view. There's some little picnic areas and scenic places. I love the boats, so I'm gonna put as many boats out there as I can. All right, so straight ahead you have Eric's Castle and that massive fountain, which doesn't let you put it over paths, so it looks a little weird, but if you surround it with bushes, it looks really great. Next to that, we've got Max's house. Get him, his greatest companion ever. All right, so then we are at the well on the beach. So what I'm gonna do is reposition, and now we're over at the peaceful meadow entrance. So coming down into the beach from there, it's more jungle perspective. So here I've got the ancient ruins and some more alien treasure planet, Atlantis looking stuff. Since we can't move that pedestal with the glowing orb, just lean into it. Same thing with your flowers and your herbs and anything else that spawns all the time. Just accept that it's going to be there and build it into your design. That's the best advice I can give on that front. There are ways to force them to corners, but it doesn't always work. So that right there is Gaston's shipwreck from Eternity Isle DLC. You can decorate everywhere, guys. Look, I love this little corner. It's like a pirate hangout, secret location. I'm gonna head back around. I call this area Ahihi Lagoon. We've got Moana's fishing boat, Moana's house. Around this corner, you're gonna see Maui's big sculpture. We're gonna head back into it so well, so you can kind of walk around everything. So the next thing we're gonna do is walk up the entrance to the Forest of Valor from the beach side. And up here, this honestly is kind of just a big space that I wanted to fill in. That topiary hedge isn't my favorite, so it's kind of up there. So we got Flynn's house, and we got Rapunzel right across from him. Rapunzel, beautiful chaos that she is, music, arts, all the stuff. Then over here, we've got Gaston's inn, tavern, whatever you want to call it, hangout. Put some of the cooler chairs over here. Flynn is playing the part very well. Workout area back here. The muscles muscly. Merida's house is across the way, and then if you come down here, let's see. No. Stand by. We're gonna go to the next video. So this one is Wally and Eve's Drive-In Theater. The drive-in stuff was one of the star paths a little while ago. You can change the picture on your big screen. Just go up to it and it lets you cycle through all the memories you've unlocked. This is Wally's lounge at the drive-in, pre-movie hangout. And just loved all his stuff. And then over here, we've got Eve's lounge. You have to tell me which one you'd be hanging on. I guess it would depend on the day. This is very bright at night. Alright, just to give you a little look at how that looks this way. Coming up from the plaza.
Ooh, some of these villages are no fun, I tell you.
I call this kind of the Whistling Woods behind the drive-in. And then over here, across the way, we've got the Whistling Woods campground. So, kind of built this. You got their little tent sites. Each one's a little unique. And then in the center, we've got a little area. So that's Buzz's camper. Some tents. Tree. Sorry, guys. I'm recording videos, and it's not a joke. Well, it is a joke. It's just true. In the center, we've got a little playground area. Popcorn. Put some of the lollipops from Vanellope's. I just think it's fun. I have too much fun with this game, if it's not obvious. Back here in the corner, you can still get to the cave, and then I put a little fishing area back here. All right, so the next space we're gonna go into is what I call Harvest Heights. And I really liked the fresh snow and fall look, so I kind of went really heavy with that on this side. It used to be most of the area, but then I decided to expand the Magic School, which we're gonna take a look at after. So we've got the Fairy Godmother up here. In my head, Fairy Godmother and Merlin, who's over up here, right there. Put on the Magic School, so they're up here. Woody's house just looks, or carousel, just looks cute there, so I kept it. Got a Winnie the Pooh tree, and then back here, there is a little frosty area. We're gonna have a tent site, and then telescope, just places to look around. And then we have a little igloo. Winter. But where's Anna? We'll see her later. Alright, so we're gonna head over to the other side of the Frosted Heights, also known as Harvest Heights now. So now we're going into Merlin and Fairy Godmother's School of Magic. I had way too much fun with this. It was smaller, and then I had to make it bigger, so I moved it to the entire side of here. So you got your lobby, entrance area, the desk, coming here to the classrooms. I don't know how I'd feel about a giant clock in the classroom telling me how much left, or time is left in the day. And over here you've got a little cafeteria area. Library. This is the Premium Shop castle walls that I used to build all of these. I think it originates from the Storybook DLC. We got the dormitories. At your own risk. There is a washroom, linens, and then we've got our bunk beds. For all of them. Monster makes me laugh, but I love it. Alright, so then we're gonna head right back out. And we're gonna reposition and head down to the meadow and head into the Glade of Trust. So there's two entrances. This side gives you more of the jungle oasis view. We've got a couple Nala waterfalls. I think that's the level 10 prize. So I made this into Simba's retirement, Hakuna Matata area. I just love the way it looks. Not like a swamp anymore. I try to put as many little scenes around and use as many items as possible because I just think there's so much you can do with it. I did move the pillars around to fit the design themes a little bit better. So then I have Gothel's Apothecary over here. I think we're gonna walk through it. Yep. So I figured she'd have her own little shop. House of Horrors, whatever you want to call it. Flowers. You know that woman's obsessed, so. It's just another example. Decorate everywhere. It's just so fun. Okay, so then we are going to enter from the opposite side up in the peaceful meadow. I call this side the Villain's Grove. So you'll get the view of Scar's house and the little hyena cave. If you head that direction, you'll see the Jungle Oasis. There's a little creepy corner over here with the creepy tree. And then from this direction, you'll see more of like an Ursula villain aesthetic. We almost have half and half in this area. And let's say how many hours it took to make that feel like it went together. So then across the way we have Hades. Another runner for one of the worst houses. But a lot of marble.
Good morning, Angelfish.
All right, so we're gonna head back this direction because the second half of the Glade of Trust is called the Painted Garden Emporium, and it's one of my favorite areas. I was really inspired by the greenhouse pieces that we got in one of the star paths recently. We're just going to shift over. Okay, so my idea is that everything's kind of oversized, very Alice in Wonderland. The shed is blown apart, but it's basically a Home Depot garden center on Alice, you know, stuff. So it really just kind of got out of hand, but in the best way possible.
I'm sorry.
So gardening
please,
items.
Come here.
Some of the larger flowers from Wish Blossom Ranch. All kinds of different flowers you can buy. Straight ahead you have the Cheshire Cat. Another little corner over here with that Alice in Wonderland portal we got that is kind of weird, but sort of fits there. Over here we've got Jack and more of the creepy looking buildings. He's got his own section of this area. Night thorns and sinister trees and just the creepy part that you get the plants from. Okay, and then this, you can also still, how did we get Jack? Which I learned is one of my nephew's favorite movies, so that'll be fun. And that is another entrance into Mother Gothel's apothecary. So we're going to head up to Sunlit Plateau. Right as you enter to the left, you've got the Merchant Square. And just because something is pegged for a certain area, don't accept it. Put it anywhere you want. The reason I say that is you've got the beach ice cream straight ahead. We've got flowers here. It does look a lot of Agrabah, but still, that train car in the back is a Tiana item. Statues, lamps, just a fun little market. Jasmine's secret entrance to the market is right there, but we're gonna head back. Now, if you were to go to the right when you enter the Sunlit Plateau,
Please.
you'd see Mulan's boot camp, which I put over in Scar's little section. It's a little cramped, but I think it turned out really cute. Has something to do with that bridge. I'd really love it if that went over water. Wish list item, developers. Then over in this little corner, we've got, or not corner, I guess further ahead, is the Place of Honor. Some magnolia trees.
I haven't
And
seen
right
this many
across
happy
from that, you
faces
can
since
enter
I...
into what I call Grumpy's Mining Company at the entrance of the mines. And I just kind of set it up like a little camp. From there, we're going to keep walking and head into the Sultan's Hideaway. I really like being able to see the whole building as you turn into the vista, so I did that very intentionally. And it's just kind of the Sultan's little courtyard. And back here, we've got another little oasis with some waterfalls and companions. Do not put 4 companions in a house. It makes everything so much slower. 2 is like the perfect amount. So we're going to cross the bridge into what I call Willow Falls. Minnie's famous clock tower right there. So I really wanted to lay into the falls aesthetic and make it more of a fairy wonderland. That one right there is from the Halloween Star Path 2025. Straight ahead is the little Shire house skin. I absolutely love it. I have to say Shire, but I don't think that's what it's called. It's a hobbit house to me. A hobbit house. We've got the Orchard Vineyard house skin straight ahead with a little grape area and some outdoor tables. Alright, so then we're going to head into the back entrance of the Forgotten Lands. This side I call the Enchanted Forest. And you've got Snow White's house, and then over here a little section that I just kind of put the dragon there. It's not the best, but I still think it's cute. And when I say this is the Forgotten Lands, this is the Forgotten Lands, not Frosted Heights. I was so sick of it being dark that I decided to make it snowy. So I'm going to head this way and then turn, and you'll see the Beast and Belle's castle. But the rainbow there just because it gives me the end of the movie vibes. So we've got a little lounge with some books, of course. And then music, tea. This is the little courtyard area for the Beauty and the Beast crew. This one's a tricky biome because you've got so many things that can't move. Alright, so you can't get to the other side from this side, so we are going to head around and enter the other direction, but the well I put on this side. Alright, so this is coming up from Milan's area straight into the Forgotten Lands, and I am just obsessed with that view, going straight into what you consider Arendelle. So I call this the Frosted Lands. And it's just a matter of layering. I thought it made it much brighter. It was fun. And the castle blocks our favorite treehouse. There's a little spa section over here. Hidden away. Somehow Goofy's back there. But yeah, that is the tour of the first build. Let me know what surprised you most. And I can't wait to see what the rest of you create. Bye, guys.